Hello, Farlanders. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. That's right. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. I hope Wolfie... that wolf was really right on the border. Sometimes Wolfie woofs like before the world even spawns, and I will choose to omit that one. But that was really close. We're gonna have to look at that in the editing room. But welcome back to another episode. Oh, that's right. I remember our toasty warm view that we left at the end of the last episode. This is episode 830 of Farlands or Bust. Let's secure the hidey hole. Throw some stuff away. Grab Wolfie. And maybe let's go this way, I suppose. As we continue west. Not into that lava, but west towards the Farlands here in Minecraft Beta 173. Thank you, everybody, for your kind comments. My favorites are the ones where you're like, oh, I totally forgot about you. You're still doing this? 11 years. Oh, wow. All right, see you in another 10 years. Those are my favorites. Oh boy, but yes, we are continuing here with another episode, keeping the momentum. Can you have momentum when you've only done 2 of a thing, nearly a week apart? I don't know. But yeah, this episode hopefully is coming out for your Wednesday, June 1st, the 1st of June, 2022. Like I said, it's episode 830. Second of season 10. There were only like 9 episodes last season. Maybe we'll... Whoa! Okay. I see Wolfie did a blocking maneuver there. There's a creeper. That's fine. We all know what creepers look like. I don't have a boat. I wish I had a boat. 2 is a series. I've been informed. We are recording this one live, again. I mean, might as well. Speaking of 2 birds, 1 stone. Whoop. Continuing on. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for welcoming back Farlands or Bust. We are also going to be continuing, as previous, with more casual live streams of Farlands or Bust, where we'll stream the game for an hour or 2 or whatever we feel like in that day. I just got to get on with that, I suppose. Speaking of getting on, the podcast edition. That Saturday, the 28th, very conveniently, had no problems before then, but very conveniently, our new podcast host had some website problems. I guess their like SSL certificate expired. Something happened. And I'm like, well, that's just typical. But the YouTube episode was obviously unaffected. And I did get the podcast episode up, and it did publish to the feeds, so the only people who probably had any sort of problem were if you clicked on the link in the video description to check out the new podcast site, because the RSS feeds updated. The Apple Music, the Spotify's, and wherever else the Farlands or Busts podcast is proliferated, syndicated, excruciated throughout the internet, seemed to work out fine. Indeed. So yeah, that's that. Now that should be working. There is some weird, like, they handle the episodes differently than my previous host Podbean did, but can't argue with free. Although now I'm worried, I think, if they're like going to put ads on the podcast. Were there ads on the podcast? I didn't... surprisingly, I did not read the terms and conditions of their free accounts. Follow-up to the space news from last episode about the potential meteor storm shower, which would have been the 30th last night, the 30th into the 31st. Not... apparently it was a shower, a meteor shower, but not a storm or anything magical beyond the normal magic in a meteor shower. I tried to see, but we had some like high, thin clouds that made it impossible. But just across the various Twitters, I saw some people who were like, yeah, I definitely saw some, depending on where you were. Probably a lot more helpful to be somewhere with dark skies without any light pollution, clear seeing, transparency in the atmosphere. But yeah, perhaps a new yearly meteor shower. I don't know how that all works, but perhaps one to add to the list, because the Perseids are like in December? Something? And another one is in like August? Quantridids? I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep track of these things anymore. Today was an interesting day. I mean, it wasn't. It was a normal day, but I'm trying new things. New and exciting things. It was about like noon, and I had to make a decision. I'm like, well, I gotta eat lunch. I still gotta walk Juno. So I decided to combine the two. And I ate Juno for lunch. No, I went out on our normal walk, but then brought my lunch with me and had a picnic. I don't know, that just seems like not something I would normally ever do. Until I right now decided to do it. I just packed my normal sandwich, chips, and drink. Normally I just sit at the table and watch YouTube videos on my tablet. Packed up Juno, went on a nice like 3-mile walk, and at the halfway point there's a picnic area. Sat down and had lunch. And Juno, surprisingly, wasn't being a bean, although she keeps wanting to eat grass. I think it's just out of boredom. She has no, like, real stomach issues or anything like that, but gotta keep her from eating grass. It was very nice out, too. I suppose I should mention it was very nice out. It has not been very nice out. It's been cold and just cold and rainy. Apparently this last month, May, was like the wettest May since like the 1940s in Seattle. I don't know about the coolest, but like we've barely... This might be the first day we've reached into the low 70s. But yeah, it was a nice enough day. And I was saying, I should do that for like breakfast. Like I should bring my breakfast. I should get up. And the girlfriend, I don't want to say it's a criticism, but it's more an observation. And other people have made this observation. I'm very slow in the morning. It takes me a solid 3 or 4 hours to actually start the day after I actually wake up and get out of bed. It's going faster since I got an automatic coffee maker and I don't like do a manual pour over or French press anymore. Just combine everything with streaming. Just be good. But yeah. So I was thinking, I mean, this is especially coming up because the girlfriend is going to start her summer internship job. And she has to be like out the door at like 5 a.m. or like 5:30 a.m. in order to get to the place to work at like 6:37 or something like that. Yeah, you indeed. So I'm like, well, I could either let that interrupt my morning snooze fest every day throughout the entirety of the summer, or I could lean into it. I could also participate and careful, Wolfie, and be part of these early mornings to try to get on the same schedule. Otherwise, we're never going to see each other. She's going to go to bed at 9 p.m. and I'll still be like, when's dinner? Let's go to, speaking of sleeping, let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. Yeah, is the sun even up? I mean, that is the problem with Seattle during the summer. I mean, it's the problem with Seattle during the winter, but it's also the opposite problem during the summer. Because, like, the reports were saying, oh, like, 10 p.m. Pacific would be a good time to check for the meteors. And I'm like, there's still sun in the sky. Like, there's still the glow of the sun on the western horizon. I'm not going to see any meteors. The daylight is long. But I don't know if it's long enough to be sunny, or the sun to be up at 5:30 in the a.m. But anyway, I was thinking, well, if that's going to be the case, maybe I should get up, make my breakfast, which is always every day oatmeal and coffee, but then, like, take it with, take Juno out, and then this way also avoid the heat of the day. That's a problem walking Juno in the summer. As anybody who owns a black dog knows, a bit warm and toasty for them. And it's a bit warm and toasty for me. So like, maybe that would avoid the heat of the summer, getting up early. But then, like, getting out there and, like, actually sitting down and having a relaxing breakfast in the wilderness. So I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, maybe to get myself, what's the word I'm looking for? Responsible? No, like, hold myself responsible. You hold me responsible. Motivated is the wrong word. Motivated is the wrong emotion. I don't know what that's like. Accountability. You're there we go. You all are my accountability buddies. That sort of thing. I don't know. It could be a terrible idea that will never come to fruition. And maybe I won't be waking up at 5:30 a.m., but it's an idea to get my day started better. And then from there, like I am today, I won't be like, well, gotta squeeze in a stream here before we record the next episode of Ramblin' Parked, and then by that time it's dinner time, and I'll not have streamed. This is all being noted. Put it in the notepad. The notepad.txt. I am a creature of habit. It's just starting the habits, or altering what is the current habit, is the real speed bump in all of this. I don't know. I mean, I should, like, try this tomorrow. You know, I shouldn't, like, I'll start that when I should start that. I should just, like, try it. I mean, I guess the biggest problem is, like, I don't know. Lunch is one thing, but, like, breakfast. We have some of those like thermal bowl things for camping or whatever, so I'm not worried that my oatmeal or coffee will get cold. Who knows, Wolfie? Who knows? It's all these new brain juices that are flowing. Not sure what to do with them, where to put them. Kurt streams at 8 a.m. Yeah. Or alternately, I eat lunch at 10 a.m. So yeah, that's a thing I did. What new and exciting habits are you wanting to start and or break in the new summer? I'll tell you one habit I've gotten into if you've not been watching the streams. It's been a real dwarf fest over here. We've been romanticizing all the dwarfs. I did have a dream about hexagons too. So if you're wondering how often I'm playing dwarf, it started to appear in my dreams. They weren't dwarf hexagons though, but it was like I was playing a video game and the hexagons I was placing were in the sky, and they were like a weather radar, like a Doppler radar thing. So like they were in the sky, but like they had one of the like Doppler radar loops in them. So yeah, they were very decidedly hexagons. So I'm definitely thinking much more geometrically than I normally do. Oh. Nerds. Yeah, I don't know. My current game, I should find a way to like clip I don't even know if I don't know that Dwarf is the right game for YouTube. It does seem a lot more like a Twitch game because it is a lot of sitting and thinking as opposed to YouTube wants 15-second clips of everything. But it would be interesting to put at least my current run that has gone on for 13 hours or whatever. I'm in the top 800 in the world in classic mode. Watch out now. You'll get views. Dozens of views. Woo. So yeah, that's what's been up with my life. Not much else to report. Not much else to report. I mean, y'all were here for the Flobathon. I think that was more than enough information. We washed our winders yesterday. With the old mop and squeegee combo. We have piles and piles. It's a very Lumberjacks dynasty outside. Because the girlfriend had people come and trim the trees. We've got like 5 or 6 gigantic Douglas firs, like almost anybody in the Pacific Northwest, in the yard, and like some of the lower hanging branches are like over the house and over the fence and a little bit concerning. So we had them taken aback, So now we got all these big logs of like the branches and all the ferns. And we only have 3 yard waste bins, so it's gonna take us a good 2 months with every other week pickups to get this stuff out of here. Now if we had a pickup truck, just turn them into planks. It's as easy as that. Yeah, you just hit them with your axe twice, and they automatically turn into stackable planks. The girlfriend does want a chainsaw, but like apparently, like you have to buy a chainsaw in person and like have it registered. Is what she's saying. So more difficult to buy a chainsaw than those other things. Hey, it's the black sheep. He's back. Where did you go? What have you been up to? Dang guy. No? Nothing? Oh, I was trying to get a neat screenshot. Honestly, you should look into those Isuzus. There's the one in all of the West Coast on the last Ranwin Park. It's in LA. The Isuzu Space Cab. I want it just because it's called a Space Cab. But probably not worth it to get one from LA. With 400,000 miles on it, although it looks immaculate. This bed looks immaculate. Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And continuing on this. Indeed. Woo! I'm fine. Speaking of things, we actually might as well bring this up now. After the end of the last episode here on Twitch, somebody brought up, like... I don't remember who did, or what we were talking about in particular. But, like, savings. And, like... money. Not necessarily, like, inflation, but... it was something that I did and still do have in the notepad.txt. Because there's always an article going around. It's always a clickbaity article. And this one was about, like, how young people aren't saving for the future anymore because they think it's the end of the world, or everything is crap, so why bother? But then you actually read the article, and they're, like, interviewing people who are like, Mary was saving $2,000 a month, but now she's only saving $1,000 a month, and is instead using the extra money to travel. This guy has started breeding coral as a side hobby instead of saving money. He spends $1,500 a month on that he could be saving. I mean, yeah, I'd be lucky to save $2,000 a year. So yeah, it's one of those articles that got me thinking. I'm like, I don't know what to save for. It is a bit difficult to justify. I mean, $2,000 a month, who are these people? They're the same people who get articles written about them. Gerald is 35 years old and purchased his first home because he was wise with his money. And then you find out that his first job out of college, which his parents paid for, was a senior investment office worker at his dad's investment company. And he got a little loan of $300,000 to put down as a down payment on this $1 million house that he got for his first... You know, it's very... There it is. That's what we were waiting for. You know, that sort of situation. But like, I guess I'm not apocalyptic about it. However, there's nowhere good to put money now. Like, are you gonna put in a savings account? Boy, I sure do love getting 0.08% of a APR on my money. That's real great. Love to get 33 cents a month in my savings account. And then it's like, well, that's because they would rather you invest in the stock market. Oh yeah, that seems like it's been going real well lately. Just real great. Real fantastic. I love watching what little money I do have in there go red and negative. every few months I do check it. That's real nice. Yeah, I mean, that's the trick. That's the scam. Is that in order to actually make money on the stock market, you need to already have a lot of money. Like, you could put $10,000 into a stock, and if you're super, super lucky, it gets you 7% return. Ooh. Do love my $700 at the end of the year. Alternately, if you had $1 million, that would be $70,000. That's more than most people make at their jobs, actually doing work and actually contributing to the productivity of the world. Just because you had $1 million to put in there. Yeah, step one, be rich. So yeah, I mean, like I said, those articles are designed to be clickbaity and designed to sweep across social media and get comments and engagement. But it is also like an actual concern, I suppose. Maybe not concern, but like, that's not a good thing. like that's not great. Invest in real estate. Oh yeah. Right at the peak of the bubble. That's, I'm sure you would love that person who has real estate and wants to unload before things go upside down. And I mean, certainly there's no real excuse, but you could see why, perhaps, a little bit, there are individuals in the younger generation who look towards the cryptocurrency, those sorts of schemes, because the established schemes have done nothing for them. So they're very easily to be swindled into a different, more volatile scheme, which is set up and owned and profited by the very same people who own the other scheme. I mean, the really unfortunate thing is the girlfriend does own the house we're living in. And it is, like, up from where she bought it, obviously, and that's great, but can't sell it because she's in school and we got, you know, it's good for... That's the thing. The houses should be bought for living in, not for investing in. So it's tough to, like, know what to do. I don't know. I have no grand thesis or conclusion to this thought. I do remember that it was brought up, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to talk about that, but I don't really have any specific things to talk about it with, and talking about money is weird sometimes. Which is why a lot of people don't. Oh, I have a boat. A lot of people don't do it. Woo. Weird things, huh? Farlands or Bust isn't weird. This is perfectly normal. I mean, it's perfectly consistent? Maybe that's a wrong word. Predictable? Predictable. Comforting. Comforting like an old pair of socks that are well beyond their lifespan and have many loose ends and holes and burning zombies coming from them. Actually, you're right. New socks are pretty great. That was a bad analogy. I mean, old pair of jeans. That's probably it. That's kind of my problem. Because I have like one pair of pants that I wear all the time. Because it takes a long time to like get a pair of pants to like stretch and get comfortable to fit you. So therefore, I only wear those pair of pants. So all the other pairs of pants that I own are brand new and uncomfortable. And I don't want to wear them because they're brand new and uncomfortable. But the only solution to that would be to wear them more often to get them more comfortable. It's a vicious cycle. Now you can buy a new pair of old jeans. Probably. Basically, I'm here to ask you to invest in Farlands. This has all been a scheme, I say. This is my scheming face. Indeed. Is that it? Is that we're back to 3-day episodes? Oh, I do need some coal. I should grab this coal, huh? Ah! Beamed Wolfie upside the head with a pickaxe. Alright, let's go quickly now. Oh, I picked up a sapling. Indeed. Well, this sure was an episode, a variety of topics, and ramblings, and non sequiturs. A creeper encounter. And now, the end of the episode hidey hole. Have a seat, Wolfie. Hey! There we go. Listen, just move slightly over a bit. There we go. Indeed. There we go. And thank you for tuning in, for watching or listening. Oops. Oops. There we go. I don't think I made this one deep enough. It did go super fast, didn't it? I mean, we had been doing 4-day episodes. But those are almost no different than the streams then. I don't know. We'll see. This is I'm A/B testing. I'm seeing what the viewership ratios are between a 50-minute episode versus 35-minute episode. I'll be sure to come back with the results. Indeed. Yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't have a charity to send you to or anything like that, but I'm streaming at twitch.tv/KurtJMac. That's fun, right? You want to see that, Dorf, right? The game, Dorf Romantic, not that's not a thing for anything else. Yeah, indeed. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Ow! Ow! Why? Okay. I guess I won't see you next time. I guess I will have to secure the hidey hole better. Is it? Ah, that's why. That's a problem. Here I thought I was secure and safe in my environment. I'm not exactly sure if that is going to make me safe and secure in my environment. Oh, that's a Wolfie. Oh, he's up. Wolfie, you dingus. Oh, there's skeletons. Listen. Listen. This whole thing has gone awry. Wolfie's mad. I dropped my bed. What if I make a second hidey hole, but deeper? So much for that shorter episode, huh? Too dangerous to sleep. Well, as in this version of the game, don't forget, it's not if there's a monster around, it's if a monster could spawn within 3 blocks of your bed based on the darkness. A monster will spawn in your face. Dang, he really messed up my chest piece. Which is why the standard hidey hole usually works, because you're underground and surrounded by solid blocks. But in this case, I thought there were solid blocks, there were none. Wolfie should be fine out there. He's not mad at the skeleton that's out there, so there's no problem with that. He was mad at the zombie that I murdered. Now this won't fit on YouTube Shorts. You know what will fit on YouTube Shorts? The end. The actual end. Let's go to sleep at this duplex hidey hole. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully. Okay, bye! Motivated is the wrong emotion.